to watch Johan do well, and even Dill hold his own, and like all these guys, like everybody there, Carl Landy won his first fight.
That guy's a blue belt, and he's like,
I mean, this doesn't matter anymore.
No, I know the belts, but I mean, it's a sort of a gauge. But
I think with the young guys, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't. You can't even, like, the belt order for a full timer doesn't really count, because your response time is just so much better than somebody who's like, I don't even know if Carl is a full timer, but like, for my example of like Connor. Train with, he's just like, you watch someone who does it 2 or 3 times a day. There is just no ways that somebody who has a job, who has a business, who has life and kids and stuff like that can keep up with that with a young mind, because it's so your young brain is so absorbent. It's the same as like how kids learn languages. It's like jiu-jitsu is like a language, right? So it's like they're just absorbing it so good. And you put like when I started training, there was this purple belt at the time, Paul. He doesn't train anymore. I think he's stopped on a brown belt. But he said to me something that I've always said to other people, and I've always remembered. And it was always, he said, when you train and you train again in a week and you train twice in one day, he was like, it's compound interest. It's like compound interest on training. And you really start to see that when you spend time with someone who trains 2 or 3 times a day, you really get to see how that like experience and like your timing and everything is compound. It's not just 1 + 1. It's 1 + 1, equals 3. 3 + 3 equals, and it just keeps going like that. And that's why it becomes like, that's why you don't take anyone for granted. And that's why someone like, I could fight a lot of guys maybe a year ago. Connor, for example, maybe 2 years ago, I would be able to just have my way with him, you say, like, I'll be able to move around him, and now, that's completely out the window.
Sure.
And so you can't think that, oh, well, I've been doing the sport for 10 years, but you have a lot of other things on the go in your life. It's like another guy can do this for 2 years. He can compound interest, his experience, and he will give, so it's very exciting now to see also with a lot of the young guys, to see like, who's gonna be that guy? Who's gonna be that guy that like somebody rolls with, maybe Jason, if he's able to really get enough momentum. Connor, everyone's like, I love Johan, like he's so cool, the enigma he is, but like everybody wants to see him lose.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same as you, like a lot of people in South Africa, they like want to see me lose. Like they like, if a guy wins too much, like you just want to see him lose.
You want to know, I think it's more, I wanted to see how we lost in Poland. Not so much that I wanted to see him lose. I know exactly what you mean, but I wanted to just know, like, because like when you watch him, like him, for example, now, roll, and I'm sure it's the same with people watching you here. It's like you can be in compromising positions, but never, like, someone could be deep on your knee line and a heel hook and still not heel hook you, and you'd like, looks like you're in trouble for that time, and then get out of it and then just go dominate the person afterwards. So then people, like for me, I wanted to know, like, what does it actually take to beat him?
Yes.
You know what I mean? And a lot of the times, actually, it's just the normal techniques. It's just that people do the techniques well. But I know exactly what you mean.
I don't like seeing
people win too much.
I mean, like, look at, like, I think Sub Kings and those guys, they like banned him, I
was wondering why he's not on there anymore.
They're like, well, there's no point having you on. It's just too obvious, And so like, you don't wish his demise. You just like, you don't wish his demise.
You want to be more competitive.
But you also wish that you see other people get to where he is. That's what it is, not to watch him lose. You want to see others get to where he is, and that becomes exciting, when there's like 5 to 10 guys who are all like as good, and that's so good for a community and for a country, because if they are as good as him, I mean, that's what happened with Chris and Dill now, is like, they got lucky, or not lucky, but they landed their asses in the butt in terms of like a training partner, in the form of Johan, so that's what's so awesome.
The knowledge must be.
And it's just, I mean, I know they do a lot of the coaching there at Creange, but just to have him as a sparring partner, so that's so cool.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that clip, I've got another one for you over here and over here. Please don't forget to subscribe over here and have a look at my other socials down in the description box below. Thanks for watching.